Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be talking about all the stuff going on for the 17th anniversary of Final Fantasy XI. That's right, despite making what seemed like a death sentence for it back in 2015 when they announced that they'd be working on a mobile version, a couple of different mobile games as a matter of fact, and releasing their final major story bit in Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, the game has continued to grow, get updates, new content, and then, if anything, they're winding up to do more with Final Fantasy XI in the coming years than one might have anticipated on the 17th anniversary. Excuse me if I'm a little bit congested and whatnot. I did just wake up. It is 6 a.m. on the dot as I'm recording this. But anyway, the first post that they made was celebrating 17 years of service, and this is just a thank you post. You know, standard every year thank you post, where they mention last year's Final Fantasy XI Refriender. They also mention that they've actually updated the installing process, although the way they did it is kind of strange, and we're going to go over that in a second here. But Final Fantasy XI has actually gotten an updated installation process as of the 17th anniversary, so it's much easier to reinstall. Didn't expect it to be ready so soon. They've been talking about it for the last month, but I didn't think it would be ready for the 17th anniversary. They also have a bunch of campaigns going on. The game is now on sale on Steam for only $10 for the complete edition. The World Transfer Service is discounted from $18 to $9, which if you actually go over here, you can see that. You can see the Ultimate Seekers digital download down to $10. Just Seekers of Adolin if you don't have that. Like if you have everything pre-Seekers, that's only $5. And the World Transfer Service being half off. If you are looking to play and actually transfer to another server, Asura would usually be the go-to NAEU one, though that's only if you want something that's really busy, and I warn you now, turn off Yell Chat. It's basically a chat mode for all the important major cities and whatnot that connects them all. Turn it off. It can be something, man. The next thing they also mentioned is that they are indeed working on something for the 20th anniversary. We did a standalone video on that, but we don't know what it is. That's their next major checkpoint, as they call it, and looking forward to seeing what the team can pull out for that. Now, looking on the official website, obviously the 17th anniversary is not just a new installer, though it is something that we need to talk about. So basically, installing the Play Online viewer in Final Fantasy XI, apparently now for downloading the Ultimate Collector Seekers Edition, they have these 5 links, Part 1 through Part 5, very old school, which makes sense considering the game is basically a PlayStation 2 game that they are still trying to update for a PC on a PS2 dev kit. So I'm not in any way all surprised. Please be sure to download all the files to the same folder. But basically, once you do that, it tells you to unzip the folders. It'll ask you to, execute Part 1. You'll be prompted to select the folder in which to decompress the files. Pick a destination folder, and you'll be ready to go. And then make sure you just follow all these instructions. DirectX End User Runtime, Play Online Viewer, Final Fantasy XI are all the things you'll be installing all at once. And I'm assuming because this is brand new that this is probably going to update you to the most recent content that you could possibly get. Now keep in mind, if you're currently canceled for Final Fantasy XI, in order to do this and do it completely, you will need to reactivate it through the account management system on the website. If you'd like to restore a character that is previously available, they do have a character reactivation service site, which is also linked here. Registration code for a certain expansion has not been registered. You will not be able to play that expansion's content. That should be standard. Now, one thing I don't see mentioned here, and I don't know if the DirectX End User Runtime actually solves that. If you have any issues after this, actually look up how to enable the legacy component, Direct Play. Very common for Windows 10 users to not be able to launch Final Fantasy XI because they do not have that legacy component enabled. So go out of your way, Direct Play Legacy Component. Once you Google that and learn how to do that, you should be able to reinstall it and open it without much issue. Finally, one thing that's going on during this period is there's a free login period right now for anyone who has an old account who wants to come back and try it. Probably should have led with that because that is something they do for all the anniversaries, both in May and in November. They started rolling out accounts to be free to play yesterday on May 15th. But by now, by the time you're seeing this video, everyone should be free to play until Monday, May 27th at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, on top of that, throughout the month, there's tons of insane campaigns. Every month, Final Fantasy XI does login campaigns. They do bonus campaigns for various different contents in the game in order to give people, I guess, focuses, things that they can really make quicker progress towards in those given months, content for them to focus on. This month being the anniversary, they always do chain experience bonus. So basically, as you're chaining and leveling up, you gain 2 to 3 times the amount of EXP that you normally would, based on the length of the chain. From what I can tell, it's got to be a really long chain to get all the way to the triple. But once you're there, it's good. That's also true for people who are max level and are looking to earn job points, which are basically the level 99 version of merit points. Monstrosity is a thing. You probably won't interact with it. Nizul Isle Uncharted Area Survey, that is the level 99 version of Nizul, being able to give you tons of different items. Wildkeeper's Reeves, which are Seekers of Adolin, giving them a 5-minute respawn and making them much easier to spam and actually earn some stuff from. Alter Egos, this is the trust system that many people know about, where you summon NPC allies to help you when you don't have an actual player party member around. Their max HPs and status statuses has been buffed for the remainder of the month. The Adolin Dial campaign, the Goblin Mystery Box, which you can get some insanely awesome items from, and Complete Garbage, has a new dial that gives Adolin rewards on a daily basis, and also any special Gobby Dial keys that you trade it will have an increased chance of giving you equipment. Dark Matter, this is an augment system that came out in the later years of Adolin, and actually Adolin, I think this is more Ryzen Jima. This is more Rhapsodies, I suppose, for Dark Matter, even though it drops from the other areas. So regardless, you get 6 free Dark Matter equivalent augments from the Osim NPC in Norg if you trade him the right armor in order to actually use Dark Matter. And Omen, which is a Ryzen Jima Rhapsodies of Vanadil piece of content. It is easier to obtain job cards from the additional objectives, which you need for upgrading your artifact armor to its highest potential +3 and +2 levels, all the way at item level 119. And it's easier to obtain job cards for defeating bosses on along specific routes. Now, on top of that, during the free login period from the 16th to the 27th, there is actually, it looks like the campaigns actually end a little bit later than I thought. I guess it ends at 7:59 a.m. for that free login, not at 1 a.m. These are plus campaigns. These plus campaigns for the EXP will actually double the amount that you would earn from the dedication effect or the commitment effect, which are basically your EXP rings. If you remember the old Empress bands and Emperor bands, plus there's a bunch of new ones. An ECAD band, which is going to be a rechargeable one, will be available for people starting on Sunday. And other than that, the bonus bailed campaign, which will be for Wildkeeper Reeves and other Reeves as well. Drop rate of Simulacra from Colonization and Lair Reeves will be doubled. The Abyssy campaign, which will give you lights to make farming most items easier. It doesn't help with one of them. Mog Gardens and the items you'll be able to obtain from there. Wildkeeper Reeve campaign plus, which I think increases the amount of high purity bailed from 2 to 4, if I'm not mistaken. We'll drop 2 pinches. Yes, it changes it to 4 pinches of high purity bailed, so even more money or progress to be made there. Alter Ego campaign, if they die once, they'll get a one-time re-raise effect, so that's always going to be useful. Skirmish Stones and Arcane Glyphics campaign, so these will be better results if you're looking to do that. Skirmish Frenzy campaign plus, if you're doing Skirmish, all the rewards should be significantly better. It'll be easier to skill up, and then for the Omen Job Card plus campaign, on top of that, Omen will experience, there'll be an even greater chance when doing objectives. So all these campaigns are going to be available for anyone during the free login period or just revisiting to the game in general. So just wanted to share all that with you, but for now, 8 minutes later, I really got to go get breakfast. I really got to go get coffee. So I'm going to go do that while this posts over to YouTube. Hopefully I'll see you on Asura or on the live stream. Again, we'll be doing Final Fantasy 11 today for the 17th anniversary. And yeah, hopefully you'll come by and see what it's been like. Anyway, I will see all of you in the next video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned, because while we are talking 11 now, 14 is going to be making a hell of a comeback on the channel now that we've taken a little bit of a break from content creation for the last week or week and a half. Waiting on some Shadowbringers news in the live letter this next week, so we got plenty of stuff coming up for that. Anyway, I will see all of you in the next one, and until then, take care.